Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Walls Barbecue. I'm your host, Ryan. Today we're going to be doing some pork ribs. Alright everybody, we got some baby back ribs here I picked up from Kroger last night. Get these cut open and get my thing here wrapped out, get my cutting board, and we'll show you how to get these trimmed up, get all this nasty fat out of here. These are all natural. I kind of like getting all natural ones better than the ones with all the chemicals and injections in them. Hey folks, today we're going to be cooking on the Rec-Tec, known as the RT700 Bull pellet smoker grill. I just took it apart, cleaned it out, wait for it to start up here. Got my drip pan all lined up with foil. And we're going to be running these at 275 today. Anyway, we're gonna let this get fired up. I'll get in there and get the ribs trimmed up. See you when I get them on the smoke, folks. We're back. I got my ribs unpackaged here. And we're gonna clean them up and season them up and get ready to put them on the smoker. Alright, first thing I always do, flip them over. Start on this side here. Got all kinds of nasty stuff here on the back of this thing. Oh, and I'm using a Update German stainless steel boning knife do the trimming with. I found these work better than any other knife. And you got a silver skin right here on the back. Most time you can just find that little piece of it right there like that. Get you a paper towel and pull up on it. Well, I tried to keep a clean hand, but that ain't gonna work out. There it comes. And also with these natural ribs, you get the silver skin comes off so much easier. Much easier than, say, your Tyson ribs or some of your big manufacturer ribs. Now I'm just feeling the end bones. If they bones exposed, like right here, this bone right here, it's exposed. We're gonna go on and get rid of that. I'm gonna cut it into my foil. The whole purpose of using it, so I don't have to clean my pan. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Clean that piece up. There's this fat here on top like that you can grab a hold of. You can trim it off. Now, for backyard or home cooking, you don't really have to do all this. I like cooking for practice and competition every time, so I try to get big chunks of fat like that out of here. Not all of that'll render out, so. Let's flip over here to this one. Any kind of loose meat like that on the end, you can get rid of that if you like. It just fits on the cooker better with all that missing. All this loose meat from his skin flap hanging. Let's get rid of all that too. No, that ain't really coming off of there, so. This one didn't come off as clean as the other one, but it's off, most of it. There it is. Try to keep one hand clean, one hand with a glove on it, but it don't work out when you're doing this. like yet. And let me wash my hands. All right, I'm back. Got my good hand clean now. Today I'm gonna be using 2 different rubs on each one of these racks. I'm gonna be using KC Masterpiece Honey Rub. This is my wife's favorite. It has no spice to it at all. She don't like a lot of spice, so I'm gonna use that on hers. And for mine, we're gonna be using some Kosmos Dirty Bird Rub today and Killer Honeybee. We're gonna see how this works. Oh yeah, and we're gonna put a little bit of Dirty Bird Hot, just to see how it works out. All right, get a little yellow mustard here for the binder agent. You don't need a lot. Just want to get it all over them, coat it up real nice. This helps your rub stick to it. You don't really taste it, so anybody's a mustard hater out there, you won't never taste this in it. Alright, I'll sprinkle my wife's down here with a little bit. Now this stuff here is a powder. You don't want to, I mean, the rub is just another word for it. You don't want to try to rub this in because this just cakes all up if you do. Because this is just pretty much honey. I mean, it's really good. Sweet pork candy is what I call it. All right, now on the back of mine, we're gonna hit it with a little Dirty Bird Hot. Not too much, you don't want to burn yourself up. Now a little bit of Dirty Bird. Now a little of the Honey Killer Bee. All right, we're gonna let these tack up and we'll flip them over. I'll be right back. All right, we got them flipped over here. And we're gonna repeat the process here with a little mustard. And we just rub it all in here. This right probably wasn't the best. It looked good in the package. Not as good outside the package, but you'll have that. Now, go back with a KC Masterpiece on this one. You want to get a good coating, make sure you pick it up and get your edges real good. We'll coat this on down here. Real nice coat. That'd be phenomenal. Alright, now on the front side of this one, we're going to do the Killer Honeybee first. A little bit of Dirty Bird Hot. And a little bit of Dirty Bird. Let me wipe my fingers off. And her ribs. And you'll notice in my videos I use a lot of foil. I hate washing dishes and cleaning up, so, you know, I'll use all the foil I can get. Now we're going to come back with some regular Dirty Bird and just coat it up. another layer of honey on here. All right, now there's that. We're gonna let these sweat out. All right, her ribs are beginning to sweat. I won't do anything else to this. I may put a little bit more of that honey rub on it. As far as those are done. This one I will coat again, just because I like a good coating on mine and brings out that good sweet flavor. So now they're all sweated out. Let's hit it again with some more of this honey killer bird. Let's do the Dirty Bird Hot first. Just right across the top of it. This stuff is... Now a little more Dirty Bird. All right, little honeybee, honey killer bee. All right, now that's that. We're gonna let them sweat up, and I'll see you at the smoker. All right, folks, we're gonna throw these on here. They sweated out mostly. I'm gonna put them on here. Now I'm gonna let them run until the bark sets up on them. Once the bark sets on them, I'll spritz them with a little bit of mixture of apple juice and water. I like to try to line them up, get them in there nice and straight, and keep them inside this drip pan. If you ever buy a pellet smoker, there's a drip lining pan in there, and anything you put on the outside of it is going to burn. So just make sure you put it on the inside of the drip pan. You'll be ready to go. All right, we're gonna give these bad boys a little while. We'll come back and check them for bark. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. Let's have a look at them and see if she's set up. Oh, yeah, so they're still moist. Get their bark set good. It's been on right at about an hour and a half. Let's have a look at her. Oh, yeah, she's barking on that good. Yep. We'll have a little longer. Yeah, we'll hit them like a little bit. Now, this here is a 50-50 mix of apple juice and organic apple cider vinegar. A little mist here. A little moisture to them. And they are just looking absolutely gorgeous. Alright, folks. It's about time to get these ribs off here, take them in, get them wrapped up, and put some love on them. And then they'll go back on for about 2 hours. So let's open them up and have a look. Oh yeah. Yeah, they look pretty. Yeah, they look real good. Starting to get a little draw back on the bone over here, so what you want to see. And we're gonna get these off here and take these in the house. Now you have it, folks. Look at them bad boys. We're gonna go in here and put the love on them. We'll be right back with you. All right, folks. Now it's time to wrap the ribs. I'm gonna do my rack first because it's in the front, and all I'm gonna do with that one is we're gonna spritz it with. I don't want mine as sweet as my wife, so I'm gonna spritz it with a little bit of apple juice and apple cider vinegar. Keep a little moisture in there, and I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of killer bee rub. Or honey, or Dirty Bird, yeah, that's what we got here. And we're gonna hit it with a little bit of killer honeybee. Now this is just an experiment for me, because like I said, I'm competition practicing. So we'll see how this works out. All right, I'm gonna get my rack. We're gonna go meat side down. I'm going to repeat this process. Press it with a little bit. A little more Dirty Bird. And then a little bit of killer honeybee. And I double wrap mine. I already got my foil cut out. And I'm gonna wrap it to where it's easy to get to, so I can check them here in just a little bit. You want to wrap these up tight. You don't want them to steam, pretty much, is what I'm getting at. Just want them to be able to cook in there without steaming up. And that's my ribs. I'll set them out of the way. Now, time for the wife's ribs. And like I said, we're making pork candy, so we need a good helping of brown sugar in here. Let's get that all laid out. And this here magic blue bottle, they call it. 3 strips of parquet butter. And as Malcolm Reed says, you've got to have the honey for the money. Now we go. Meat side down, boom. And repeat the process. A little bit of brown sugar. Three strips of parquet. And more honey for the money. Now, get these wrapped up here. I always use double, 2 pieces of Reynolds wrap just in case I don't want no bone poking through or anything, so it makes it a little bit more durable with 2 of them. Alright, now we will get these boys back on the smoker and they will be ready to go. Alright, now we got our ribs wrapped up here. We will put them back in here, meat side down. With the bones up, where I wrapped them, we're going to put them up. One goes there, just right back where they came from. And if you got a lot of ribs in this stage, it doesn't matter. You can stack them on top of each other. You can put 25 in here, as long as they're wrapped. But until they're wrapped, you have to have space all the way around them. Okay, it's been 2 hours since we wrapped our ribs. And it's about time to get them off and take them inside and unwrap them. For this part, you're going to want to put something on your hands, cotton gloves, because the aluminum foil will be hot. All right, let's take these inside, get them unwrapped. All right, let's get these ribs unwrapped. Now for this part, you're going to put on some cotton gloves or something, and I'll put on some rubber gloves over top of these, and that really saves your hands. Ain't nothing like burns. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, here we go. Got the bones pulling back real good on that. I'm gonna let that sit just like that. Steam out. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. The bones pulling back like that. They pulled back almost a ½ inch. Looking just fine. Now we're going to sauce these up and get them flipped over and get them back out on the smoker to set the sauce. We don't want to eat them just yet because they probably might fall apart. But They smell great. There's another little trick before you sauce them up after you unwrap them. Stab them right in between the bones with a toothpick. You want it to come out of there without the rib moving. Oh yeah, butter. Oh yeah. Yeah, these are delicious here. It's gonna be ready. Alright. Let's get these bad boys sauced up here and get them back on the smoker. It's nice, good. Squirt all over the back of it. Let's brush it right in. There we go. Now this is my wife's ribs here. These are a little more sweeter than I like. I'm cooking my ribs competition recipe, or experimenting with competition recipes. Just flip this thing over without breaking it is the hard part. There we go. And it's, like I said, this is more like a glaze. It just runs all over it real good. You almost don't even got to rub it. And now this one going on mine is a competition barbecue sauce from Kosmos. We'll see how his turns out. I'll tell you what, they smell good. Can't wait. We still got about another 30, maybe 40 minutes to go. Just lovely. The top of them over here didn't turn out. I wouldn't use these for competition. Of course, these are baby bags for competition. Most likely using St. Louis. I'm just testing flavor. So it doesn't really matter what kind of rib it is. I'm just testing the flavor. I'll just brush all this on. All right, see you back at the smoker. All right, now we're gonna get these ribs back on the smoker for about another 30, 40 minutes. And we're gonna try to do this ever so gently here. I don't wanna mess them up. There we go. Right up there. Now all we're doing now is letting the sauce sit and come back together. So like I said, about another 30, maybe 40 minutes and they'll be ready to go. All right, this is my competition test here. We'll see what they taste like. A little trick they use in the pros. Squirt some barbecue sauce on your board. That way you don't mess up the finish. See, learn something new every day. Now we gotta lose a glove. Feel pretty tender. knuckle bone. Alright. Let's turn them over here and have a look. Well, I ain't got the greatest knife in the world, so let's try this one out right here. Pretty good. Needs more spice, but it's good. Hey, anybody else in the audience want to try one? Right off the bone. Here's the cameraman, he wants one. You can pick it back over there.
No, okay.
Delicious. Thank Austin. You follow my YouTube channel, you can cook just like this too.